New York Knicks rumors are heating up as Jericho Sims continues to be mentioned in the trade market, this time by none other than NBA insider Jake Fischer. And along with that, we have seen Bleacher Report highlight multiple trade candidates that fit for the Knicks' tough financial situation for them to acquire to add some insurance behind Mitchell Robinson. And we're going to break that down. We're going to break down what the comments are saying to us and much, much more. So, guys, what's up? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris, Matt, and Dariel here, and we're going to jump right into this as we always do. I hope you guys did see us go out there, or see me go out there and drop my latest video. It's doing well right now. Got to plug my own YouTube channel while I start this. But what's up, everybody? Let's do this thing. All right, so Jake Fischer has revealed that, well, the New York Knicks want to trade Jericho Sims. He's fallen out of favor with Tom Thibodeau. And when a player falls out of favor with Tom Thibodeau after being in Thibodeau's favor, it marks the end of their time with the New York Knicks. This happened with Quentin Grimes. This happened with Evan Fournier. This happened with Kemba Walker. This has happened in the past. And there's a pretty common denominator between those three guys. They were not playing up to the standards the Knicks required of them. So Tibbs got upset, benched them, and then from there, they are no mas for the New York Knicks. We're going to see Jericho Sims most likely get moved in some sort of trade so the Knicks can free up $2 million and go out and use it on another player somewhere else. Potentially a Moses Brown, potentially just to have more trade flexibility. We're going to see what the Knicks do here. I'm very excited to see. How we doing, guys?
What up? Chilling, living, thriving, and ready to get into it. Maddie, what's good, boy?
What's good, Dariel? What's up, Chris? Chris, how could Jericho Sims ever fall out of favor with Tibbs? He played so well.
Facts. The GOAT no longer will
R.I.P.
be on the New York Knicks. He will get traded this season. I could see Precious Achiuwa going with him. I actually mentioned a way for the Knicks to trade Precious Achiuwa in a devious plan to get the Knicks to have Dante DiVincenzo returned. But if you guys want to see that, you're going to have to just go watch the video. But look, let's break down some New York Knicks stuff, guys, because Jericho Sims, obviously he's not an enticing trade candidate. There's not a lot you could get for him. The Knicks also cannot acquire more money taking in than they could send out in a trade. So they have to trade for someone less than $2 million, which is why I believe it'll be the ever-exciting trade of Jericho Sims for a protected second-round pick. But on top of that, we're seeing, guys, if you guys who are watching this saw the thumbnail, because I know Matt and Dariel didn't look at it.
No, I saw it. It was
I saw it too.
And somebody in an Atlanta Hawk jersey. Forgot who
Jericho
it
in the
was.
Atlanta
It was
Hawks jersey.
definitely Sims in the Atlanta Hawks jersey.
No,
It's
isn't it
definitely
Larry
Sims
Nance
in the
Jr.?
Jericho jersey.
No, Larry Nance was in a Knicks jersey.
Knicks jersey. Little
Okay.
swap
That's
guy.
how
Two
trades
players,
work.
right.
One guy goes to the other team, and then the other guy comes to the Knicks.
Jericho Sims for MVP.
Funny.
Facts. Knicks
Funny
fans.
guy over there.
All right, Chris, what kind of team would be interested in trading for Jericho Sims?
Your mom's. No, it would be a team like the Memphis Grizzlies, just a team that needs more rim protection and a more veteran center, though I don't think they would go for Jericho Sims. I'll be honest, I think the team that's going to trade for Jericho Sims is just going to be surprising, and I don't have a follow-up team after saying that. I just think it's going to be like, wow, I did not expect Jericho Sims to end up there. Like the Milwaukee Bucks or something are going to trade for Jericho Sims. It's going to be something that no one really saw coming because Jericho's an interesting feller, so...
So
Dude,
Jericho
man.
hasn't been good enough to play on the Knicks for meaningful minutes. You think he's going to be traded with the intention for that team to play him meaningful minutes?
Well, Matthew, so here's the deal. The Knicks are very good. So there's worse
good,
teams that
not
might
very
take a
good.
chance on a super athlete. Yeah, the team that's 12-4 in their last 16. They're just good. No, they're very good. They're getting better. The defense has entered the top 10 in recent weeks. On top of that, they have a top 3 offense in basketball. The team is just flourishing on every level, and Jericho Sims doesn't really have a part with this team anymore, especially with the emergence of Huck Porty getting better and better. It's just pointless to have Jericho still on the squad. Guys, let's see some comments. How we doing?
Wait, before we get into the comments, can we talk about last night's game? Because you and Chris, you and me, we weren't able to do a post game. Can we just talk about the highlights? Cat going back to Minnesota looking like an all-star. I'm not moved at all. The Timberwolves, they're in disarray. That whole Julius Randle stuff is, I don't know what's gonna happen with them. There were reports that Julius Randle, he just left right after the game. He didn't want to talk to anybody. So
And
at least,
Brunson tried to find him.
right, he tried to find him. I saw that clip online. Julius Randle, it seems like it's really affecting him, and he really wanted to make a statement last night. He just couldn't. Cat last night had 32. He had 20 rebounds, a strong double-double, 6 assists, 10 of 12 from the field, 5 of 5 from three-point line, 7 of 9. The trade is still like the Minnesota Timberwolves. They were so much closer to being a contender prior to making that trade. So it had to be a financial
It was.
incentive.
It
Yeah,
was.
it had to
Aprons.
be no question. It had to be financial to let him go. But I just I'm just not moved by it. Yeah, they blew him out, but the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're still figuring stuff out, and I'm just not moved by it. So I don't know how you guys feel about the game.
Dariel, I agree with you. I think last night's win was more of a feel good win instead of an actually substantial win. The Timberwolves they're solid. They're not bad by any means. That whole like middling group in the West, they all have decent records. The Western Conference is better than the East. They all have decent records.
Yeah.
They're decent teams. So blowing out a team like that is always going to be at least a pretty solid win. But I do agree with you. They definitely got worse with the Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle coming in because the team doesn't flow as well anymore. Last year, everyone had their roles, and this year it feels like for the Timberwolves, those roles got a little bit muddled up. So I would say hopefully they figure it out, but I don't care if they figure it out. Let's go Knicks.
No, 100%. To your point, Matt, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're 14 and 12. Right now, they're in the eighth seed. They're and everybody from the fourth seed. No, everybody from Dallas Mavericks are 17 and 10, fourth seed going all the way down to Minnesota, 14 and 12. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's just that game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, like it just didn't move me, bro. The Knicks 17 and 10, 7 and 3 in the last 10, like Chris said. But we also got to take into account like the opponents that we've been facing. So
So
we
what would you needed to have seen last night for it to be a more meaningful win?
honestly, I wouldn't. It's not. Even if they won by 50, I still would have been like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, you guys are getting a little better little by little. Mikal Bridges is still doing uh his uh his shooting woes. He has a good game, then he
Mikal
has a
Bridges
bad
is
game.
averaging 23 points per game, and his three-point shooting has climbed. He's also the highest corner three-point shooter in the NBA.
Yeah, no, I mean he's playing better. He's definitely playing better.
He looks like
But
an
he's
all-star this month. I'm just gonna say it.
this month, but we still it really depends on the whole season. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad that Mikal Bridges is like he's not consistent. He's gonna take time. I'm not one of these fans that's going crazy.
I think he's got it. I
Um,
think he figured it out personally. I think he did it. He had
so
to
you think
figure
like
his role out.
you think last night? Yeah, he had a really good game last night. Is from here moving forward, you think Mikal Bridges is gonna be consistent?
I think from December 1st moving forwards, he's been really good, bro. Like he's been nice. Like
Yeah, no, he's been
Mikhail's
good.
straight up balled out the entire month, averaging 22.3 points per game this month. I am gonna do a full video breaking down Mikal Bridges, so guys, stay tuned for that. Probably sometime tomorrow morning. I spilled White Claw on my new sweatshirt. That's great. But look, people have been asking us to talk about Mikal Bridges, which is why I jumped in there. But look, I do think that Mikal Bridges was the perfect trade for the Knicks. I think it was an amazing idea. I think it fits everything the Knicks need. I think they're learning how Mikal Bridges impacts the floor defensively, which is not being a point of attack defender. It's being a help defender, and clearly when that's happened, that's been great. Also, we saw Mikal Bridges look absolutely phenomenal on Anthony Edwards last night. I think it was a matter of Mikal Bridges having his role switch so switch.
Mikal Bridges, he started off poorly, but I really think he's finding his role. I think the problem was that he didn't know like how he fit into the team. So now that he's finding that role, like no one can tell him what his role is going to be. Everyone's just got to play together, and they got to see if it works out. So I feel good about where he is. I was a little bit worried. I know some people were really worried in the offseason about his shooting form, like way, way, way too worried about his shooting form. But I think it's coming a lot. It's coming. Chris is so mad right now, and he can't even say anything back to me because his mic's not working.
No, it's good.
It's been so
now.
long.
I'm dead.
That was that video. I was told to make that video.
I know. Chris, are there any comments that you want to address?
Yeah. I mean, just speaking on the McHale stuff, though. Yeah, as you said, you can't really tell McHale what his role is. That's no one's job but Tibbs' job. And the Knicks play a freelance style. It's someone goes off every night, and usually it's Towns and then also Brunson. But between OG and McHale, like, you've seen them play well together. You've seen one play well and the other one not. Like, the Knicks are figuring it out. This is a team where there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and they all can play off ball and are all happy to play both on or off the ball. It's what makes the team work so well. The only thing Brunson does better than score off the dribble is catch and shoot a three-pointer. Like, the man's catch and shoot is absurd. Mikal Bridges has been awesome. OG has been having one of, if not the best season of his career. Karl-Anthony Towns is having the best season of his career. Josh Hart is having the best season of his career. This is a unit that's figured out how to work well, and so far the Celtics have been the team that's just far and away the best team in basketball, and the Knicks are the only other team with a true 5-out lineup, and we're seeing why they're all clicking, why everyone's playing their best basketball. 5-out is clearly the way to go. And now, CP the franchise mentioned this over the summer when the Knicks were interested in Towns. The reasoning was because the Knicks wanted a 5-out that would match Boston's because they thought that was the way to succeed. And they've been absolutely right. It's now just a matter of figuring out the defense a little bit more. Even though the defense has been good, it's just getting a bit more rim protection in there at times. And we've seen Precious come in there, and the Knicks' defensive rating has gone up since Achiuwa's come back. And on top of that, we've just seen Mikal play better on-ball defense and just defense in general. We've seen Towns' defense get better. So I think it's just everything's falling into place for the team. Also, I'm not going to the Christmas game, and I don't believe Matt is, and I would guess that Dariel's not flying in for the Christmas game.
You never know, baby. I might make a last-minute decision to fly out to New York and go see Wembanyama and get pummeled by the Knicks. No, absolutely, I'm not going. Listen, man, Cat's, yeah, I'm much respect to Cat, the way he's playing, turning around the narrative around his name. I'm happy that he's getting more people to respect his game. You know me, it just matters when it counts, baby. I'm gonna be dissecting his game in April like crazy. So that's all I gotta say.
Who, Towns?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Towns, yeah. No, but again, man, like all-star, no question. MVP talks. The MVP ladder the NBA comes out with, I think he was like 5th or 6th, and I think this is the first time he's ever been in that conversation. So I'm happy for him, man. I really hope that he could pick it up. I mean, I hope that he could stay consistent. And just a long way until the playoffs, but we'll see what happens.
We also haven't seen Towns in the center role very often in the playoffs, which makes it interesting to think about. Like, he's going to be dragging centers out of the paint, which hurts teams in the playoffs when that happens. We saw that be one of the big reasons why the Knicks struggled to guard the 76ers. I mean, Maxi's attacking was great, and they were dragging Mitch and Hartenstein out of the paint by putting Joel Embiid at the high post or putting him on the top of the key. So it's worked well. So I'm curious to see how it's going to go. I imagine Towns is just playing better because he's found his rhythm with the Knicks in a way that the Timberwolves didn't fit him as well. Towns fits better on a Knicks team than the Timberwolves. I mean, look at the Timberwolves last year. Yeah, they had everything you needed. They had good shooting. They had great defense between McDaniels, Edwards, and obviously Rudy Gobert. But at the same time, Towns likes to work inside as well. And when you have Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert on the floor with you at the same time, it's kind of tough to work inside. Especially when you're the greatest shooting big man of all time. You're going to get relegated to that three-point line. And now Towns doesn't have that happen as much. Yeah, sometimes he walks at the court and just cashes a three from 40 feet out. But, like, it feels like his game is more on all three levels this season, especially at the hoop and behind the arc, than it's been over the last few years with him sharing the floor with Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I mean, we also got to take a look at it's the Eastern Conference too, the level of play. He has to face how many great players that he's going to be guarding. I mean, Giannis he's going to be facing. Embiid is never healthy. Bam is having a crappy year. I feel bad for him. But, I mean, the Eastern Conference is also so much more, it's less competitive. So Cat's going to be thriving, and as he should.
I have no problem with the Eastern Conference being less competitive if it benefits the Knicks. We've had enough hardships. Knicks gets Maury Smith, Jonas Valanciunas, Houston gets Kuzma and Mitch. Washington gets Precious, Jeff Green, Steven Adams, and the Washington.
What is this trade you are talking about?
I'm reading a trade.
Yeah, you see that in the chat, Dario?
Shout out Chris Katana. He's been a long time follower of the of Knicks Digest. But Chris, I will say there's no way that the Rockets would give up. Actually, maybe they'd give up Jabari Smith for Kuzma and Mitch. They don't want to pay Jabari Smith. It's still a stretch, I think, to imagine that Houston would give up on Jabari Smith just 2.5 years in, because he's shown signs that he might be someone solid, but the trade looks better the more I look at it. I don't think the Knicks would want to pay Jabari Smith either, though, becomes the problem, and it's certainly going to weaken the defense. I don't hate the idea, I just think there's better moves to make. Bugging Matt Long, the Knicks are better than a lot of the Western Conference teams. Ooh, full name.
I'm not a fan of teams in the Western Conference, so I brought up a stat 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was like 3 weeks ago, where it was every single team in the Western Conference was over 500 versus the Eastern Conference. But the Knicks are better than most teams in the league. So
they are.
like his comment, the second half of the comments, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But Chris, I saw another comment referring to your guy over the summer, Nick Richards. Is he still a possible trade target for the Knicks?
He absolutely is still a trade target for the Knicks because he's been brought up multiple different times. And when a Knick gets brought up multiple different times, what it means is the front office really likes them. Because if something gets leaked to the media, it means the Knicks are doing it. The Knicks are too good at keeping stuff in-house. I mean, the OG stuff came out at significant times, and it felt like it wasn't going to happen because the lawsuit between the two teams, but it did anyway. We'd heard about McHale for so long, and then it happens. Usually when a player returns to rumors with the Knicks, you see that player come to the Knicks during the Leon Rose era. We've seen it with Derrick Rose. We've seen it with Alec Burks when he left, and then there was a ton of rumors about him getting traded to the Knicks the entire time. We've seen it now with Mikal Bridges. We saw it with Karl Anthony Towns for 4 years. I mean, I do think the Knicks could be interested in Nick Richards. I think trading Precious for him makes a ton of sense. As New Lord just put in the comments, Achua will get traded. The Knicks don't have the money to extend him more, which he's absolutely right. The Knicks don't plan on extending Precious. The second they signed him, they knew they'd trade him. They actually gave him more money, giving him a $6 million contract in agreement that he would waive his no-trade clause so the Knicks could move him wherever he wants. So Precious is totally going to get moved off the Knicks. I would imagine Jericho Sims might also, just for money
Precious
purposes.
had a no-trade clause?
It's a re-signing thing from, because he was in year 4. So, it's like the qualifying offer. So if you get re-signed to a 1-year deal by your team, you're given a no-trade clause. But you have the right to waive it, and the Knicks basically said, we'll throw an extra $1 or $2 at you if you just waive that no-trade clause for us. And Precious took the money, which he should. Also because the Knicks are not an ideal situation for Precious. He's better off on a bad team where he can inflate his money. Yeah, first of all, take your money, Precious, because, get that bag. But, it just makes more sense for Precious to be on a bad team. The Knicks don't throw lobs. Precious could be a real lob threat. I like Precious on the Hornets. I think a Nick Richards for Precious Achua trade makes so much sense for everyone involved. I talked about this in a video a couple minutes ago, so I don't want to really go farther into that. But look, essentially, I do think that Nick Richards is going to be a consistent target for the Knicks. The Knicks like the way he plays. He's from New York. It just screams it makes sense on every level.
And Nick Richards can catch a ball, so that definitely helps. Yo, did y'all watch the championship game, OKC and Milwaukee Bucks? You saw our boy Hartenstein out there?
That was Tuesday,
yeah.
I was actually winning my rec league championship game that day, so.
Hey!
You guys are actually looking
how much
at
did you drop?
champion.
How much did you drop? What are the stats?
I put up 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. I was shooting that thing. I took 19 shots, dude. Because our leading scorer was out, so I was like, sorry, it's me now, but I got my medal.
You got a medal. That's
I got
cute.
my medal. I got my shirt somewhere. I don't know where my shirt's at.
Lit. Yeah, but Hartenstein, I was watching him play. I was just like, is that the jersey for the season, or is that the championship winning?
No, this is my
shirt?
championship shirt. We have actual basketball jerseys. It's
nice.
Is this
Dude,
it's
he
an
just
actual
is
jersey?
sitting next to every single thing related to this championship.
I'm sitting next to my bedroom drawer where I keep my clothes. Actually.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Lit. Yeah, listen, man. Hartenstein.
Just put on the jersey after you won. But yeah, Hartenstein. Sorry.
Nah, it's all good. Nah, I was just watching Hartenstein play, and he didn't have a monster game, but I'm just watching him play, and I'm like, God damn it, man. Yo, if he had Hartenstein, bro, it'll be such a problem.
He's such a perfect fit on this team, too. It's so infuriating.
It's so... Matt, what were you gonna say? I feel like you're gonna say something.
No, I was gonna say I was gonna say exactly what you just said. He is exactly what this team needs, and it sucks.
It sucks, bro. Yo.
Dude, it's so
like
dumb that we are contractually not allowed to pay him as much as they were allowed to offer him.
We should have given him a damn 3-year deal.
It's what the world comes down to, man. It's money.
Money makes the world go around.
But look, one of my favorite Knicks Digest fans, Joseph Patterson, is in the chat. Joe, what up, man? I'd keep Precious at the 4. He plays well when he's out there. The narratives about him are unfounded. Look, I think Precious is a far better power forward than he is a center. I mean, the numbers back it up. When he played power forward as a starter for the Knicks, he averaged 12.5 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game. I think especially on a team that has Mitchell Robinson, Precious Achiuwa makes a ton of sense. Given he was getting baked by Julius Randle in the first quarter last night, but that's it's Julius Randle. He's an all-star.
Yo, Chris, read the comments, dude.
I think I just read the comment that you're referring to. I think I just read that comment that you're referring to. Hilarious.
Yeah, you know exactly what comment I'm referring to. Everyone knows the comment I'm referring to.
Yeah. Hilarious.
I mean, I'm not going to say that we're better than Knicks Fan TV. They're the best at this. Everyone knows that.
Not that comment.
Not that comment.
Not that comment.
Imagine if Chris rolled away, like his living room was just chock full of white ash. I'm not going to pin that, but I want to pin that so bad. That would have been... Imagine just roll away. It's the massive swastika.
Matt, is that the one you're referring to?
Of course.
Oh, okay. At
first, I was like, the Shabuzi one's fair. Like, he's right. Like,
no, he added a comment prior to that about me and my mustache.
Anyone pumped for the unveiling of the Jeff Hornacek and Steve Mills statues? Dude, I feel like that mustache would lower my kids.
Dude, that is it. Awful.
Dude, we just hop on this stream and start getting roasted. This guy's going off, dude. It's like that scene of SpongeBob where
dude, all 3 of us have already been roasted.
MB, chill out, bro. Chill out, MB.
Well, no, someone was telling me that I was pissed that the Western Conference was good, apparently, and apparently I'm mad that the Knicks are good, even though I'm a Knicks fan.
Matt, how dare you be mad?
I've said only
MB,
good things.
You gotta
about the
roast
Knicks
Matt
today.
if you're roasting me.
No, don't do that. Don't
Matt.
do that.
What is this? It's BS.
I can take it, MB. Pause.
Whoa.
Yeah, my goodness.
But okay. Well, we have
Chris, give us another trade target. Give us another trade target, Chris.
Chris's favorite players are Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina, and Nerlens Noel. Dude, never. First of all, more.
I like
Nets
Nerlens
fans, good
Noel.
to see you back. First of all, never disrespect the GOAT and Nerlens Noel. But also, Frank forever. What's up, Matt? What do you want me to say? Because yeah, let's get back.
I want you to give us another trade target because I know you have a lot of them.
Trade target. Someone mentioned we could talk about the guy in the thumbnail and Larry Nance. Like, that's someone who the Knicks have had some connection to for a bit now. There's been some rumors about it. Bleacher Report posting that Larry Nance could be a fit. I feel like it just feels like it's equivalent to Precious Achiuwa. You have a guy who's a tweener between the 4 and the 5 position who can't shoot well enough to be a 4. I guess makes some sense on a Karl Anthony Towns center team, but it's not. His defense is worse than Precious's. It feels like a weird move to go out and make a move for Larry Nance. Same thing with Valanciunas. It's like there's no defense there. First of all, Valanciunas and Cat can't play together. But like, those are two guys
disgusting work.
Are very interesting duos.
Yeah, what we're looking for is that center to protect the rim while Cat roams as the 4 and can just go 5 out and just rain threes. But we got to protect the rim as well because he doesn't protect the rim well enough. So
you talking about Larry
we need
Nance,
in trade.
Matt?
No. That's just what we need in any trade.
In general,
what we got to get back. So Larry Nance, he's just like Precious. He doesn't make the Knicks team better. So I'm with Chris. I don't really understand. Chris, is he on like a cheap contract or something? I'm unfamiliar with his contract details.
Really, dude. He's on a contract where the Knicks would. I think you'd have to move Mitch to get him, which makes even less sense.
Do you have any idea why his name has been brought up so much?
I think because the Knicks vaguely showed interest in him over the summer. Like, they explored all options, and the Knicks and the Hawks have made trades before, for instance, the Cameron Reddish deal. So, Leon knows Landry Fields in the Knicks front and the Hawks front office. So, because of that, they are going. Also, shout out Landry Fields, but with
Also, shout out Cam Reddish.
fair
Cam
Lord,
Reddish.
fan. Can't believe he's still in the Lakers. Like I always forget he
I
exists.
just watched Shaqtin' a Fool, and he had like two instances where he like airballed. Sorry,
Remember
man.
when we honestly?
Oh, I think those were probably edited clips. Those were probably edited.
I wouldn't
no,
move.
Don't believe
I
everything
agree.
you see on TV, Dario.
Yo, I like Cam Reddish, man, but it's just I don't think it's gonna happen for him, bro.
No, I
don't
am
think it's
pretty
gonna-
positive it's not gonna happen for him.
I'm pretty positive.
Pretty darn positive.
The
The
official
number.
playback said that he would move
That's crazy.
Sims and he would move Sims, and also did he mention Sims? I'm with you there. I like Jericho Sims. He seems like a cool dude. He can make an exciting
Get
play
Jericho
here and
out of
there.
here, bro. I'm the one advocating for him, and I'm the one saying, yo, it's time to go, bro. It's time to go back to the G League. It's time to go back to develop your game. Get some confidence in yourself. Cut your hair. Dunk on everybody. Come back to the league with newfound confidence. Make sure Coach Tibbs is not your coach because you're not crying every time you miss a defensive assignment.
Let him put up Kenny Wooten numbers in the G League.
Dude, if I had Jericho Sims' athletic ability, what? Every time I touch the ball, I am attacking the rim like Giannis, bro. The fact that he didn't, God, he's so frustrating. But yeah, it's over for Jericho Sims. Larry Nance Jr., not a big fan. I'm looking at his stats right now. 3-pointers, he's 60% from the field, but that's only on 3-point attempts, so the volume isn't really there. I'm just Larry Nance, like Chris, like you said, he's kind of like the same thing with Precious. Like he doesn't really do. I'm not really moved by it.
It
so
doesn't
I'm
move the needle. It just is a replacement for Precious, and that doesn't.
See,
Make
I was
sense.
literally gonna say that. I was literally gonna say it's like it's not a needle mover, but I took a step back and I'm like, if we're looking for someone just to help Cat alleviate some of the pressure in the minutes, does that person need to be a needle mover?
Well, I'd rather it just be Mitch if you're gonna trade Mitch for someone like Nance, because that's the only contract that really
Absolutely
fits.
not.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely
the thing.
not.
That actually is a needle mover. It moves the Knicks farther away from the goal.
Facts. But when Mitch comes back, he's starting. He's not coming off the bench.
Mournful Nets fan. The Nets did not just trade for Michael Porter Jr. Why are
I'm
you
looking
in your
at.
mind?
I'm looking that up right now.
They didn't.
Cam Thomas to the Denver Nuggets, maybe?
I think he's still on that rookie deal. It would have to be Darian and like draft picks, I guess. I don't like needles. I don't like needles either. But we have it. We have the best comments. Precious.
I like needles when our players move them. That's the only time.
Troll alert.
Wait, Matt, say that again?
I said I like needles when our players move them.
Right. Yo, I do want to ask, when Mitch comes back healthy, I'm under the assumption that he's going to be in starting five, and Josh Hart is the one coming off the bench. Are we all in agreement?
I think for a while, I think it's matchup based. I think for a while, Mitch will come off the bench while he gets back into shape.
Well, once he gets back into shape, once he gets, all that back, the feeling back and all that stuff, I think he's going to be a starting five, and Josh Hart will be coming off the bench. I think that's the best move.
I honestly just think it depends on matchups. Like if you're guarding a good offensive big, then yeah, probably throw Mitch in there. Someone who attacks the rim well, then you put Mitch in there. I could also see it being Mitch comes off the bench, but if it's not working like 3 minutes in, Tibbs throws him in. I think they're going to be very careful with Mitch because they know how important he is to the Knicks when playoffs come around, that they're going to be very careful with him.
Has there ever been like a report or a story talking about maybe like rumors of Mitch coming off the bench and him not being happy with it? Because I can't think of any right now. Because
no, he never cared about coming up. When he came off the bench for the Knicks as the best player on the team, like he said he was fine with it because it made him feel more comfortable when Fizdale would bring him off the bench. Because they each said, like Fizdale and Mitch both said it's like for some reason he gets better if he just watches the flow of the game for a few minutes, so then we put him in after. Which was actually, I'm not a big advocate for David Fizdale. I mean, the guy was a terrible head coach, but
who was on
Mitch
that team?
agreed with him.
Damian Dotson?
What about Damian Dotson?
No, he
Who
said
was on
who
that-
was on the Fizdale team.
Who was on that team?
The
where
starting
Mitch was-
lineup on the Fizdale team for game 1 was point guard was Trey Burke. Shooting guard was Tim Hardaway Jr.
Was Alonzo Trier on that team?
Yeah, Alonzo Trier was on that team coming off the bench. Frank Ntilikina played small forward for a bit.
Frankie Dukes.
They had a few different big men. They had Mitch. They had Taj Gibson. That was the second year of Fizdale when he got fired halfway through. That was with the Julius and RJ team also, because Julius and RJ were there for Fizz's second year, but Fizz's first year with the Knicks. It was.
Wait,
it
so
was
when
the
was that
tanking
season
team
where Mitch was
pre-RJ
okay coming off the
Julius.
bench? Was it the first?
His rookie year. When
I'm
like
just
they
saying
started him for a bit because it became very evident like 20 games in that Mitchell Robinson was the best player on the team, but he was so raw. And then the second that
Right.
DeAndre Jordan got to the team, he just like fixed Mitchell Robinson, and then Mitch just became the Mitch we all know and love. Like
If-
literally,
if I-
that's
if
what
I was
happened.
a-
DeAndre Jordan showed up and mentored Mitch for 5 minutes, and then Mitch just figured it out.
Well, if I was Mitch on that team, I would be okay coming off the bench because the talent on that team is trash. So
Yeah,
now that
Sweet
we're
Lou was,
now we're
not
a
on that
contender, now that we're a contender, and the coach is like, "Yo, the best thing for our team is for you to come off the bench." Then, and if Mitch is giving us problems, like rumors of
think
him
he'd
being
care.
happy with that.
Mitch,
Hopefully,
by
that's
all
what I'm
means,
saying, though.
Mitch is very easygoing. Like, from what I don't know much about the Knicks locker room. Like, what I do know is apparently it's shockingly not cliquey, despite the fact of all these Villanova guys and like McHale being friends with Cameron Payne and all that. Like,
Yeah, no, the vibes
Apparently-
is definitely there.
what's up?
The vibes is definitely there. You could tell this
Yeah,
season.
like they have good vibes. They're all very close. Like every single one of them went to Jericho Sims' high school jersey retirement the other day. Like they're very
Oh,
close
yeah, I saw
friends.
that.
Tibbs was there. Rick Brunson was there. Like the Knicks do have a lot of togetherness. They're a very close team with each other. And I know that Mitch is really like he's not like difficult to deal with. He is a quiet person. Like Mitch is not like someone like he posts on social media a lot, but it's not like posts that say anything about his life. Like I
Facts.
mean, he never posts about his girlfriend. He posts photos of his daughter and all that, but like outside of that, like the only stuff he posts on it, the only time he ever posted anything regarding his family on Instagram was when he bought his mom a car a few years ago. And like Mitch has an interesting relationship with his family. Like he was raised by his grandparents, not his mother, because his mom, I don't want to say something that's incorrect online, but I believe his mom was like very, very young when she had Mitch. Like I don't know the age, but like she was not like an adult when Mitch was born, and like he calls her mom by her first name and all that. Like Mitch is a very nice person by all means, but he's like also very quiet. Like Hartenstein
just saying,
was the only one who knew him well, apparently. On the
I'm
Knicks.
just saying that like we
That's
haven't
not
seen Mitch. We haven't seen Mitch in the spot where it's like, yo, we need you to sacrifice. And if he's given that option, will he sacrifice? Will he make a big deal out about it? That's all I'm saying.
We haven't seen his personality hasn't given us any reason to be worried about him not accepting that role. Like
Yeah,
what we've
so-
seen from him, whatever role the coaches want to give him, no matter how good or bad that coach is, he's taken that role and he's just done his best with it. Whether he's been injured a lot, obviously, but he gives effort, and he plays his part. It's not a problem on or off the court. So I have to feel like he's not going to make that a problem.
Hopefully, and Mitch, get off social media, bro.
Let
No
him
more
live.
workout pics.
Let
No more
him
workout pics.
live.
Nah, we don't need that. I'm the millennial. I'm the older one, and I'm the older statesman in this group. You don't need to show everybody you're working hard. Just work hard in the dark, and then let the light spread.
Work hard in the dark, Mitch. Only work out with the lights on.
Go in the gym and turn the lights off.
Exactly. Turn the lights off. That way you can't take a mirror selfie.
That's
work
fair.
out, dog.
No, I do understand that I care less, but it might just be the age thing. I don't know, because Dariel, you're obviously an elderly man. But
Easy.
No, in all
Watch it.
in all seriousness, I can see where you're absolutely coming from with that, and I don't disagree. I'm more like I don't mind, but I completely see the argument. I don't disagree with the argument at all. But yeah, so MB's mentioning a few different people that were on these Fizdale teams. Some of them are correct, like Ron Baker.
Kyle
was not.
O'Quinn. Kyle O'Quinn was so funny, bro.
Kyle O'Quinn, what a legend,
Kyle-
dude.
Yeah, I saw that name and I didn't know if you were gonna bring it up, but like someone had to. So here he is.
Kyle O'Quinn was just the absolute man. What year did Fizdale get fired? He got fired Julius and RJ's first year with the team, because the second Fizdale got fired, Julius's points ballooned up. And Mike Miller.
Wasn't it 2019,
That was-
2020?
that's what I was gonna say. 2019.
Yeah,
2019.
either late 2019 or early 2020. I remember I was in our dorm, like Matt, like I was walking through the hallway and saw Fizz got fired, and I was like, "Let's go!" Huge win.
Take that for
Let's
data.
go.
Take that.
Take
for
that
data.
for data. Legendary.
That was a
Legendary.
great line. I used that.
That was the hardest thing of all time, though. I think Fizdale's probably actually like a very good assistant coach because he just rides for his players. Like he's very Rick Brunson-ish of like an assistant coach. Like just a players coach, has their back, but also like and just actually wants them to be their best selves. But like also like hard nosed.
David Fizdale is 1,000 times better coach than Rick Brunson.
I'm not gonna say Rick Brunson's a better coach.
I mean, Rick Brunson hasn't had the opportunity to be a. Because you just said you were just like David Fizdale.
No, he said
Brunson.
he's that type of assistant coach. He didn't say he was better or worse. He just said they're both player coaches.
I was about to say, I was like, yo, David Fizdale was the head coach of a Memphis Grizzlies playoff team. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, and he was saying, and like as assistant coaches, as a head coach, we don't know what Rick Brunson is. Should he ever be given a head coaching role? We don't know what that would even look like. But we do know he'd probably force a team to trade for Jalen Brunson.
Facts.
Yeah, probably.
Nepotism at its best, baby.
we did everything we could to get Jalen Brunson, including heavy tampering, and it worked. Suck it, Mavericks. What are you gonna do? I guess they'll trade for Kyrie Irving and go to the NBA Finals. So good for them. Good for Marcel Martin. But we need to get
they had no chance. They had no realistic chance to actually win that finals. They were so outclassed the entire time.
Jeff Hornacek's daughter was so hot. I give him a pass for being a terrible coach.
Yikes.
I think the comments have started to understand what Knicks Happy Hour is. It is us talking about the Knicks, but we do veer off into the most random stuff.
Whoever commented that, like, chill the horny out, bro.
He's also right. Chill the horny.
I was going to say Hornacek. What are you pointing at me for?
Yo.
Wrong hand. What's up?
Can we just talk a little NBA in general, not Knicks specific, just talking about the landscape.
Yeah, but I might
NBA.
pipe in with comments if people have questions.
No, 100%. I just wanted to talk about just like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm looking at Denver. I'm looking at OKC. Boston and Cleveland are obviously the best teams in the East. But, like, the Lakers are an absolute mess.
LeBron should
Oh, and also the ratings. The ratings of the NBA. That's been a really big thing lately. Talking about how bad the NFL is kicking our ass.
Yeah, do you guys watch, to the comments, not you guys, but I also do want to know from you guys, but commenters, do you guys watch other NBA teams or just the Knicks? We have a shot at Nick Richards in Charlotte. We absolutely do. I just did a video explaining a lot of that. But, yeah.
Yo,
but
but
OG, wow.
Nah, definitely great question. But, yo, dude, it's easy. The problem with the NBA is everybody looks the same. We need to stop with this three-point stuff. And somebody came out with an article the other day. He came out with a, I think, 4-3-2 system, something like that, where, oh my God, the NBA is just doing way too much, bro. Just keep it simple. This all-star format, like, what are they doing? These guys are out of their minds. I like what they did with the in-season tournament. I like what they did with the last, what's that called? The play-in tournament at the end of the season. I like that they're adjusting, but there are some things that you just don't touch. Like, don't add a 4-point line. Don't do any of that.
So stupid.
That'd be horrendous. That would be horrendous.
Because that would start the NBA's downward spiral into just a carnival basketball.
Yeah.
Literally, it'll look like a...
What's up next? You spin around 3 times and hit a shot, and it's just a game winner.
It's just every game's the skills contest.
Every game's an all-star game, and none of them actually count. And you just pull the playoff games out of a hat.
I'm not really sure how Adam Silver fixes this. Like, you can't, like, force a team to not shoot threes. And then I've heard that, like, you make a limit. Like, every NBA game, every team, they could only take 15 threes. Maybe I heard...
That is the worst idea I've heard in my life.
I don't know, but what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think...
I think you go out, you draft a point guard who can shoot threes really well. You pair him with a shooting guard who can shoot threes really well. Then you draft a small forward who can defend really well but not shoot threes. Then you go to the finals, lose in the finals. Or actually, you go to the finals, win the finals. Then you bring in a power forward who can, a small forward who can also shoot really, really well. And then you can have a dynasty. All predicated on the 3-point line.
Are you going to sign? When are you going to sign JaVale McGee and Andrew Bogut or trade for Andrew
Obviously,
Bogut?
I'm talking about the Golden State Warriors. Dariel, the 3-pointer is not going anywhere. The league runs on the 3-pointer.
Sorry,
Dariel, I know you're old school and you want to everyone just like back to the basket, backing people down, post play, like rim protection, just like beating people down. Like, I know that's how you like basketball to work, but it's just not how the league is trending right now.
No, bro, I don't want Knicks in the '90s type of NBA offense. That is horrible.
So that's my bad because I would have thought that you would be all about that. Like, just someone push you the wrong way, punch you in the face, maybe.
No, I definitely want the physicality to come back up. Like,
I agree with
100%. If
Yeah.
I was the NBA commissioner, my number one thing, I would get a meeting with all the refs, and I'm being like, we're not calling technical fouls if someone dunks on somebody. We're not calling technical fouls if somebody
hang on
starts
the
like
rim?
talking trash. If you hang on the rim, like I'm eliminating all of that. Like we're gonna get into the rawness of the game. If someone dunks on somebody, they have every right to point at them, to curse at them, to talk trash. We're gonna get back into that. But as far as like the way I want the NBA to look as the way offenses, I want a mixture. I want a nice, healthy diet, bro. I don't want the Mavericks and the Golden State Warriors combining for 100 threes or whatever it was. And I don't want the Bulls and the Charlotte Hornets on the other end of that spectrum. Like, they didn't hit any of the three-pointers. Like, we got to have a healthy diet. And that's why I think implementing a rule of, like, you can only take a certain amount of threes in a game, I think that might help. I don't like what I'm seeing, bro.
I
Like,
think
every time I'm watching a game, it's literally the same, bro. I see players underneath the basket grab a rebound, automatically look towards behind the three-point line. They're not even looking at the rim. What is this? That is horrible to me, bro. Every time you get the ball, just go back up. I don't care if it's a two-pointer or a three-pointer. You go back up whenever you get the rebound underneath the glass.
I think there's a fix to the problem. I think
What is it?
I mean, Dariel, you said it before I did. It's the lack of physicality. You have the refs stop calling fouls the same way. There has to be less fouls in the game because that makes defense easier. Once defense gets easier, it becomes easier to defend threes. Once threes become harder to defend, teams will attack the rim more, and there will be more of a mix. It's literally the fouls. Someone said this in the comments also. It's not the player's fault. It's the ref's fault. It is the ref's fault. There's everything's so ticky-tacky. Oh, he made contact with me. I can go whine to another grown man, and he'll call a foul. No. The whining will stop if the level of fouls being called goes lower and there can be more contact. Hand checking has to come back. It just has to be a thing in basketball again. It makes it too hard to not get backed down. How are you supposed to stop someone from backing you down in the paint if you can't put your hand on them? What, I just gotta lean my torso into you like we're doing some dance at the club? Like, it's the strangest thing in the world to me that hand checking got banned. It does not make sense. I think allowing hand checking and just taking away fouls where if you jump and your arms are up and there's contact, it's not even a thought that it's a foul. And the only time technicals really will happen are if people get into a fight or if someone argues with the ref, they should just instantly get teed up. It's like, nope, you argued my call. Absolutely not. Get back on defense. Stop being an ass about it. I think it's that.
Chris, I
Stop
really like
benefiting that.
you argue at the ref, you get attacked. I would love that to be inputted. But you were saying how you don't know why hand checking isn't allowed and why they can't play defense. Mm-hmm. The NBA wants more scoring because more scoring is more entertaining for casuals to watch.
Is it?
And then more people are going to
The
watch.
ratings are down with the scores being up right now, Matt.
No, but they think, I should have said this. They think that more scoring is going to equal more fun. It's across all sports is happening. Football, we're seeing the same thing. They will just want to see more scoring. All they want to see is more scoring. So they think that people are going to like watching the games more if there's more scoring. But Dariel, do you think that more points being scored has a direct impact on the ratings going down?
The reason why I'm going to say yes is because the way it's happening. The reason why the scores are up is because it's just so easy. It's just so easy to score. You can't, like Chris said, you can't really play defense the way it once was. And on top of that,
one thing I completely agree with you in basketball, if you can always be good enough at offense to where the defense doesn't matter at all, and that's a problem.
yeah, and then I was gonna say it's just like everybody just shooting threes. So if you can't play defense and you can't really contest a shot because there's gonna be automatically foul called, you're gonna be shooting threes and you're gonna have a better chance of hitting them. So I don't necessarily think the scores being up is gonna help the NBA. But the reason why I brought this up, man, is just like I'm actually kind of worried because, dude, the NFL they take over Thanksgiving. The NBA, that was Thanksgiving way back in the day. You guys were probably like 5 years old, whatever. The NFL, they're starting to take over Christmas. Christmas is undoubtedly the NBA's day. And now they have Beyonce working the halftime show. Now they have Mariah Carey opening up the Christmas Day game on Netflix, I believe. Like the NFL, they're smelling blood in the water, bro. And I'm not an NFL guy. I don't like football. I think that's a story for another day. I'm like
Matt hates it.
Seriously, Matt, you don't like NFL?
No, NFL is my favorite sport by
Matt and I
mile.
run
He's kidding.
Digest.
He's kidding.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Hand wave to the NFL. I don't like American football. But Dude, like I'm just like I don't like seeing this for the sport, bro. Basketball is my favorite sport, and the way that I'm just seeing people talk about it is like, what is happening, bro? So I'm a little worried that the NBA they really need to step in to solve this 3 point whatever craze that's going on because it is horrible to watch.
Yeah, I think it's hand checking. I think it's hand checking if you argue with the refs. Technical. You never see
The emotion in the emotion of the game is what needs to be brought back. If they get rid of that technical fouls, bro, so people want to see like emotion out of people.
And
People
if
want
you
to
can't
see.
take it out on the refs. Because then if you argue with the ref, you get teed instantly. I think that's what it should be. You argue with the ref for too long, like for a few seconds. It's like, technical, stop arguing with me. You got a problem, go take it out on the court. We want this. It's a contact sport. Grow up. You're a grown man whining to another grown man. Like, you're on camera. You're on national television looking so silly right now. Knock it off. I don't know. That's how I think it would get better personally. It's getting
Chris,
corny.
you know the way I play basketball. I love the threes. I love chucking threes. I love watching people make sick threes.
Yeah.
But I
threes
do
are
agree.
great.
There has to be more defense. You have to be allowed to play defense. There's nothing right now. There are just too many guys. The human race is always evolving. So people are getting bigger, faster, stronger, just better at everything athletically in general. So when you can get so good at offense that the defense just doesn't matter, why would you play defense? Now you just got to focus your team on just getting the best offense possible and hope no one can stop you.
Chris, give me an NBA comp for Matt, and Matt, give me an NBA comp for Chris.
Oh, I know it. Chris' NBA comp's easy. I think this guy is a Hall of Famer, a really good player. A lot of people like to hate on him, but Chris is going to understand why I give him this comp. And Chris's comp is Draymond Green because he is like he calls the plays for everyone. He sets up everyone on offense, and he's a beast on defense too. And his shooting is suspect.
All right, okay.
Dude, I'm getting better at shooting because I keep.
So,
working
Chris,
out.
do you hate that comp? Do you find that comp disrespectful?
Not at all. I compare myself more to a Lamar Odom personally, but I think it's a very the way that we would play at the rec center or the gym at school. I absolutely did that. All I would do, I would literally be like, just give me the ball, let me bring the ball up. I'm gonna find either one of you or our other homie Lou.
Yeah, except you wouldn't shoot it. You'd be like, you go there, you go there, you go there, and so
yeah,
many
I'd point down everyone.
so Matt,
sick.
No one thinks
Matt,
to bring the ball. Go right there. You'll be open because the shift on it, and I just be like, woo.
Wait, Matt. So since you're saying Chris doesn't shoot the ball, are you saying that his comp might be Ben Simmons?
Definitely not. He can't handle like Ben Simmons can
I can't handle like Ben Simmons, and I'm not that athletic, dude.
Yo, okay. So Chris is a playmaker.
Absolutely. I mean,
like
the thing
that.
about Chris is his IQ is 1,000 times higher than everyone else.
Yeah,
Like, he's good
I'd
too.
beat people.
But his IQ is the thing that sets him apart from everyone else because, people are just there trying to have fun, and Chris is there thinking he's a coach of an NBA team. Has to draw up a
I'm
play
there
with Game
having
7
fun
of the
knowing
finals
that I
on
know
the,
what
on
I'm
the
doing
line.
more than everyone. That'd be my
Wait,
whole thing.
Chris.
I can't beat someone athletically, but yeah.
Chris, what's Matt's comp? NBA comp.
All right, we're back. My mic cut out for a second. All right, so Matt, I mean, he's not a small fella. He's not massive, but he when we'd be playing, Matt's 6 feet tall. He's got some size to it, and if you leave him open, he's gonna make it. If you guard him, he's likely gonna make it. I know how to guard Matt because I know the way his jump shot works. I know the hitch in your jump shot. I know when it's coming, but if
Was Jason
someone
Tatum with the hitch?
It's no, because it's all of a sudden, you're good at off balance catch and shoot threes also. You'll catch the ball and not set your feet, but the movement, you square your shoulders while moving and hit the shot.
That sounds kind of KD-ish.
Well, Matt's not blowing by everyone. He's
Yeah,
more
no, it's not
physically
KD.
blow by. It's less with Matt, if he's gonna drive and score on you, it's less finesse and it's more I'm bigger than Matt. I don't want to have Matt run into me. It still hurts.
No, because Chris, the way I'm not gonna blow by you or pull moves, so I
You're gonna
pretty
go
much have to
through you.
power dribble you from the 3-point line. But it works. It does work
And it
sometimes.
works. You put your shoulder in the right spot. You move the ball well, so it's hard to poke out. Fuck. You're a
Chris,
tough
give me a
comparison.
name, bro.
I'm trying to think about it. Like it's tough. Like someone who's
No, I
really out
appreciate
on
this because you're trying to give us like a really specific comp here.
I mean, all right. It's definitely some sort of forward.
Or you give me like a mixture of a couple players. You know,
Yeah,
There's definitely a little spice of some Karl Anthony Towns in there, with the way he shoots, and there's definitely some Klay Thompson to the game. There's a lot of Klay Thompson, because the defense is
Matt's
good
game.
and it's based off his strength. It's hard to get past him. It's hard to get through him. So you have to like, well, if you're me, I'm just taller than him, so that helps. But like, it's yeah, Matt, genetics. But I'd say I think somewhat of a fair comparison is Klay Thompson, but Matt will get you off the dribble a little bit more. But there's a lot of there's a lot of Klay in there.
Dude, we got to play with Dariel, Chris.
Dude, Dariel
got-
and I
comp.
were saying, we have an
Tim
NBA
Duncan,
group chat.
baby.
Like if you're like in for the Digest NBA, like we have a group chat, and everyone was saying like, oh, like me and whoever my co-host is, like we'd easily wash you guys and wash anyone in like a 2-on-2 tournament, and I'm like, I just texted, I'm like, you guys won't even know why, but I guarantee you Dariel and I would win, and I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna stand there and throw him entry passes and just watch.
Nah, my NBA comp, I've been told, this is not me, but I've been told growing up, I'm part of the old school, so I was part of the generation where like you're the tallest kid, so you're gonna be the center, which kind of sucked.
I
Yeah,
hated that also.
Yeah, it sucked. But I had more of a post-up game than anything else. I had to develop my handles later in life, which sucked again. But Tim Duncan, fundamentally sound. I'm good at. I mean, Tim Duncan is great at everything.
I know you're a
But I feel-
very good high post scorer. I've heard that. I've seen your scouting reports out there. What, dude? You're a professional athlete. I'm gonna be able to find your scouting report.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I had a
Dude,
my-
Dariel's like, yo, he got me. He knows I'm actually
He's like,
6 feet tall.
he's like,
He knows
what
I'm
did you-
actually not 6'7".
I'm actually 6'2", not 6'7". Nah, my mid range is a little better. Tim Duncan, the only mid range shot he had was that off the bank. He hit a three every once in a while. But yeah, I got footwork. I've been told by my college coach that I had the best footwork in my prime that he's ever seen.
Okay, let's get
Tell me,
back to
bro.
some comments, because
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
love our
say.
detours. Our detours are so much more fun, but like,
This has been this. I feel
I'm
like we've been
just
talking
living
about,
in the past, baby.
we've been,
I'm
we've
living
been
in
talking
the
about
past.
stuff that no one in the chat can relate to for 15 straight minutes.
yeah, they're like, what the hell is wrong with these guys?
But I
The only
appreciate.
people in here are people who just watch the channel.
No, I do appreciate the people who stayed in for that,
Mm-hmm.
and the people who are commenting. Just like
Yeah, let's get.
they're not learning anything about the Knicks right now. They're learning nothing.
We don't need to limit threes. That's silly. Matt is Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes is not the worst comparison either, but you're bigger.
Hey, Quentin Grimes is having a
Novak
decent
now.
season for the Mavs. Shout out Quentin Grimes.
Yeah, Quentin Grimes looks good. He looks good on the Mavericks. I mean, the Pistons were just such a terrible ran team. And Grimes, it felt like the number one thing with the Knicks was his confidence, dude. Like, it felt like Quentin Grimes just lost confidence in his game whatsoever. It needs to be Precious Fernandez.
Could that be related to Coach Tibbs?
I
Quentin
think what
Grimes'
happened is it's all love over here. What up, Irise, the guy? We like turtles, dude. Turtles.
You
are
like
pretty sick.
turtles? I'm dead.
Turtles are pretty sick. I won't lie. They're tight. Yeah, like the Pistons were just a terrible team. So it felt like it was a bad mix for Quentin Grimes, and then they make a terrible trade, trading Quentin Grimes for Tim Hardaway Jr. for some godforsaken reason. That was a stupid move. But
you said Quentin Grimes' confidence was taken away during the Knicks, and then I obviously
Yeah.
equated that to
Oh,
Coach
yes.
Tibbs, and we always
I
talk
think
about
it
Coach
was.
Tibbs and Jericho Sims' confidence. Is
Well,
there?
we saw Grimes, who was in the same draft class, went from shooting 8, 9 threes a game to 2. Like, he was afraid to shoot threes almost. It was the craziest thing. Like, he had been so good for the Knicks and felt like their starting shooting guard of the future and like a Danny Green for the Knicks for so long. I mean, I'd still love if Quentin Grimes are here, given Mikal Bridges is far better, but like, it's like, damn, like,
The
it
common
would be nice
denominator.
to still have Grimes.
The common denominator. Coach Tibbs. Jericho Sims' confidence is shot. Quentin Grimes' confidence was shot. I'm just saying.
I think part of it, I will say, is just the sheer fact of like, all right, you look at these players, there's some guys who just don't thrive under Tibbs and other guys who do. I mean, everyone starting on the New York Knicks lineup right now is having, outside of McHale, is having the best season of their NBA career. And outside of Brunson, who had it last year, but still had it under Tibbs. Like, we're seeing that some guys work under Tibbs. It's about who works with Tibbs and who doesn't. You have to find those guys who can handle the old school coaching. I believe in old school coaching of no. Like, I'm not your best friend. Yeah, I'll be friendly with you. And we've seen Tibbs be friendly with the players. He went on the Roommates podcast with Brunson and Hart. The entire time, they're just joking around, having a ton of fun. Josh Hart won't stop making fun of Tibbs
Brunson's
and all
head.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, he also
Brunson's
won't stop doing that. But you see that the way Tibbs talks to them, he clearly cares a lot about them. Tibbs, it's like he's an uncle or something. Like, the way that he talks, like, he's like, yeah, like, if I lock in, like, I'm going to be serious. In game, I'm going to be serious. But when we talk, we can still talk like normal people. Like, they asked Tibbs randomly, like, who would play you in a movie? And Tibbs is like, well, probably someone like a George Clooney or a Brad Pitt. and Josh starts just making a face like, what are you talking about? You're ugly as hell. Like, they do have fun together. You can tell the guys like playing for Tibbs. It's a matter of some people like playing for Tibbs and some don't. Like, there's a story from when Josh Hart first got traded to the team. They were doing a walkthrough. In the hotel ballroom, the Knicks do a walkthrough. It's called the ballroom walkthrough. And, like, they're all sticking their arms out, doing the defensive shuffles. Dariel's favorite drill of all time, the defensive shuffle. And,
Bro, nightmares.
just pointing. Dude, it was hell. I stopped playing basketball after AAU when I was young, but, like, it was hell. That drill sucked. It just felt like, why am I doing this? But, like, they're doing it, and Josh Hart was, like, really mailing it in, like, not trying at all. And then what happens is Tibbs yells at him, and Josh Hart's like, don't matter, you're going to see how I do it in game, and it'll be all good. And they're like, no, dude, that's not how it works here. And so Josh Hart and Tibbs got into, like, a back and forth about it, but, like, it all worked out, and now Josh Hart seems like he's Tibbs' favorite player. Like, if you look outside of Brunson, because Tibbs and Brunson have known each other for a very, very long time, it feels like Josh Hart is Tibbs' favorite Knick, just by the minutes and all this.
Chris, what you said about the coach not being your coach, not your friend, is the most important part of this, because he is there to coach you guys. Or not you guys. He's there to coach the Knicks. So South Carolina, is Dawn Staley the head coach of South Carolina women's basketball?
Correct.
So there was something, she got like a really highly touted recruit, but they didn't really get along. And there was a quote from her. She said, I don't care if you hate me, you're going to be the first overall pick in the WNBA draft. And I just thought that was like such a great quote, because it's easier. Like Dawn Staley, she could have been friends with that girl and not done right by her and not turned her into the best possible version of herself. But she didn't do that. She prioritized making the best possible player and just said, if she hates me, she hates me. And that person went first overall. So that's like Tibbs. He's not there to make friends. He's there to coach as well as he can. He's there to get the maximum out of every single player on the Knicks roster that he possibly can. And that's why I think that's why when he's like yelling at people on the court, I'm behind it. Like I like that he does that. We run Jets Digest too, and the Jets coaches don't do that. Tom Thibodeau, no matter how much they're up by in the fourth quarter, he's never satisfied, and I love that about him. Yeah. The New York Jets coaches, they're always smiling. Like every time the Jets come out and win like one game, they feel like they've actually accomplished something real. Tom Thibodeau, he knows what it's about. He knows it's about winning the playoffs, and he is always focused on being just the best version that he could possibly be, and the best version that every single player on the team can be. And he's going to make sure that everyone can live up to the exact maximum that they can. So, and he's going to make sure that they get there.
Matt and Chris, look at how I'm going to combine the two worlds. I'm going to combine Jets Digest. I'm going to combine Knicks/NBA Digest. Give me an NBA comp for Aaron Rodgers, because all I'm seeing on ESPN is how the New York Jets. Kevin Durant? Matt, would you agree on that?
Yeah, I wanted Chris to explain it though.
Okay. When it comes, especially in the prime, and Kevin Durant's arguably still, I mean, maybe not the prime, but still at the end of his prime.
Well, I mean, in their prime, Rodgers is probably a better, Rodgers is a higher all-time quarterback than KD is all-time player. So
yeah, I also think Kevin Durant's a top 20 player of all time, without question. Arguably top 15.
I thought he was top. I would. Skill-wise, we call him what, 12, 13? 12,
wait,
13?
So Matt, Aaron Rodgers prime.
15th.
Aaron Rodgers prime, where would you put him?
Somewhere around 5.
Yeah.
Of all
He's one
time?
of the greatest
Quarterbacks?
players of all time.
Quarterback, yeah.
In his prime, top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin Durant. in his,
not top 5. Anywhere between 5 and 8, because there's a tier right there. There's the top 4, and then there's a tier right there that I
Okay.
don't know if you want to put like him, Drew Brees.
Who are you putting
I think I had
above
Dan
him?
Marino over him.
So Dan Marino.
Obviously, Mahomes, Brady,
Yeah.
Montana,
Yeah. Fair.
and then I
Maybe Dan
believe I
Marino.
put Dan Marino 4th actually, and then 5th could be Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. It could be. I'm sorry. 4 is Peyton Manning. 4 is Peyton Manning.
Yeah, it is.
Then you get that tier of like Aaron Rodgers, whoever you want. Jim Kelly from the Bills never won a Super Bowl, but he was really good too. He's
so
somewhere
Dan
in that
Marino
tier.
is part of that. Dan Marino is part of that cluster.
Part of the Aaron Rodgers cluster. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
he's not top 4 because those top 4 are really, really, really tough to
Cemented.
crack.
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers in his prime, he's a top 5 to top 8 quarterback. So Kevin Durant in his prime, he's what, a top 10 to 15 player of all time?
I'd say he's somewhere
Exactly.
around 15.
Okay,
Chris,
okay.
I've gone through the rankings with you, and I believe you put him at 13.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go through the
somewhere around there.
context. Okay, so Chris or Matt, explain to me why Kevin Durant is the NBA comp for Aaron Rodgers. Please.
So since I said it, I'll jump into this real quick. I think peak of their power, the talent level is undeniable. It's just sheer talent, and for some reason, despite all the talent that they have and having some solid talent around them, they were never winning championships. Now the difference is that Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, and I mean Rodgers stayed with the Packers throughout his entire prime. So KD goes to the Warriors and wins and all, but like with the Thunder, it sort of is similar to the Packers. Like you should have the power like to win. It's just they never got over the hump, and at points it felt like it was on
The
Rodgers
Packers
and
never
other
got. The
points.
Packers won a Super Bowl.
I know, but like that was very early in Rodgers' career. Like yes, he won, and I think Rodgers' 2009 ring means more than both of Kevin Durant's rings. But like
Rodgers
I was
has 2
going
rings?
to ask that. I was going to ask that.
I don't want to say Rodgers was at his peak.
Rodgers
in
has 2 rings?
2009. He has 1. In 2009, the Packers won the Super Bowl.
Rodgers.
Who did they beat? The Saints?
But Chris is saying it means more than Durant's because Rodgers wasn't on a super team. B, he was the best player on his team.
He was the
was,
best player
but
on
he
his team.
wasn't at
Okay,
his
so Rodgers
peak,
has.
peak.
Right. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
That's just the year they won the Super Bowl, but he's
I
been
get it,
better.
Okay.
Like at their
I get it.
at the
Damn.
best they were, they never won. But there was always an argument like this is the most talented player in the league. Like yes, Rodgers won one the same way that Kevin Durant, not exactly at his peak, made the NBA Finals and had a great showing, just lost to a stacked up Heat team. I'm completely blanking, Matt. Who'd the Packers beat?
The Steelers.
Yeah, the Steelers.
What year was that in
the
Aaron
Saints.
Rodgers' career?
Oh boy, I don't know what year he was drafted.
Early.
That was
'Cause Favre had
2000,
just
like
left
9
for
or
the
10.
Jets.
So was it like
2009 or
second
10.
or third season winning the Super Bowl?
I want to say his third.
So
'cause
it was
Favre had
probably
left
like
for
that,
the
but
Jets like a year
he
prior.
sat on the bench to start his career.
Right, behind Favre. Okay.
Yes.
So let's say it's his 3rd season and he won the Super Bowl. We don't have the exact number, but yeah, I get it. He wasn't the player that he is now with his powers and his skills, and he was like developing his skills, but he got the Super Bowl. Okay. I'm just trying to flush it out to give context.
Yeah. Also, yeah, he's won 4 MVPs. So like, but when he was winning those MVPs, they weren't even making it to the Super Bowl.
Right. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of players have Aaron Rodgers not top 5, but number 1. Those people are wrong, but people smarter than us have him number 1.
I just brought it up, man, because every time I put an ESPN, there's always the bottom line of Aaron Rodgers just like completely destroying the Jets organization and how much.
Yeah,
of, like,
there was an article that came out, I think 5-ish o'clock today. Aaron Rodgers from Dan Graziano, ESPN, one of like their top ESPN NFL guys. Aaron Rodgers is a con artist. He is a narcissist. He is self-absorbed to the absolute maximum. And if he has you fooled again, that's on you.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that clip
That
on the
is
internet.
scathing. Scathing.
Damn, KD's one of my favorite players, bro. But
KD's one of my favorite players.
Yeah, just the narrative around his name is like it's fair. It's like you're the best player on every team you've been on, including the Warriors. I don't care what y'all say.
That's
The
why I
best player-
paused. That's why I paused when I said Aaron Rodgers was the best player on his team. which differentiates him from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. I just wanted to combine the two worlds.
Yeah, no, that was a good question.
Aaron Rodgers, he said, we got the official playback saying that Aaron Rodgers is similar to Kawhi Leonard. The prime lasted longer.
I mean, I would say he's not, because Kawhi Leonard was completely derailed by injuries. So is there a quarterback who played really well, but injuries is like the prime reason why he didn't win? Because when Kawhi was healthy, he's a completely different player and just carries teams he carries teams to championships.
A quarterback who didn't win because of injuries.
I'm out on Kawhi. I am so out on Kawhi. I've never been a fan.
Kawhi
never been a fan is crazy. 2019 when he took down the Warriors. Yeah.
He come on, man. He took down the Warriors because KD and Clay were done. Stop.
I know. I understand that.
Everyone
but
wins
dude,
because of injuries.
the shot, there's
the
no
shot
asterisk.
against Joel Embiid,
Everyone knows the context of that championship, but there's no asterisk on that championship, because if you want to put
the Raptors championship,
yes, there's no asterisk.
The asterisk is not as big as the Lakers.
Remember,
winning the
Kawhi got hurt against the Warriors.
So there is
thing
an
is,
asterisk to that Raptors
Dariel,
championship.
you could put an asterisk on whatever championship you want to put an asterisk on.
True, that makes sense.
Because every championship has context, but not every single championship has an asterisk. It's on. This could sound kind of bad to say. It's on the Warriors to stay healthy, just like it's on Kawhi Leonard to stay healthy when he lost to the Warriors early on the Spurs.
Wait, how is it on the Warriors with KD? Like, how are you going to prevent that? His Achilles. Like, how are you going to prevent that?
Don't get hurt.
Well, injuries just happen though. That every team is benefited.
Matt, that sounds crazy, bro.
But every team that's why I said benefited off injuries.
Yeah, no, so you gotta stay healthy to win championships. Like, what do you want me to say? What do you
They couldn't have prevented. The Warriors could not have prevented KD messing up his Achilles tendon.
Okay, let's just go back in history for a second. The Boston
Dariel
Celtics,
Concha, the #1 draft pick in the 2025 NBA draft. Let's go, baby!
Should be, absolutely, but like 100%. Like Cooper Flag, absolutely not.
Bust Cooper Flag's ass,
Cooper
boy.
Flag sucks.
Come on, boy.
But no, the Celtics, you saw Donovan be hurt and miss some time. You saw Tyrese Halliburton be hurt and miss some time. And yeah, the Celtics were better than both those teams, but they still benefited off injuries. Basically every team that's won, you could go back basically every year and just say, well, this team benefited off another team dealing with injuries. It basically has always happened. Throughout the course of NBA history, part of winning a championship, every single championship is luck-based. It's not all luck-based, and some are more than others.
No, the majority of it, yeah.
But
a lot, yeah.
Every
part of
single
it's staying
team
healthy,
that won
though.
had a stroke of luck in the process. Look at the Knicks, dude. They lost half their team. Who knows? Maybe this year other teams will get injured and the Knicks stay healthy. All of a sudden the Knicks are in the NBA Finals. It's well, Jason Tatum twisted his ankle and missed those 3 games of the Eastern Conference Finals. That's not Karl Anthony Towns or Jalen Brunson or anyone on the Knicks' fault if an injury happens.
That's why I'm saying it's on the team themselves to stay healthy. If it happens, it happens. I understand it's unlucky, but you gotta stay healthy.
Finessful J commented something I can't understand. Hear me out. Caruso for Devo. I already think the Thunder would say no, but okay.
Facts.
Yeah, just off rip, but
Caruso's a perfect fit, bro.
That's a text message.
Great trade.
That's a text message, and nobody's responding to that text.
Then Precious plus Sims plus Deuce for Devo and Jalen Williams. Well, I definitely don't think. All right,
Jalen Williams, who's that?
Kind of 2-team trades. Not the good Jalen Williams. I guess they're both good.
On OKC Thunder?
If Bryson Atkins sees that, he's gonna find my apartment. Not J-Dub, the other Jalen Williams.
Right, the big guy. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think the Thunder would ever want to do that deal at all. I just don't think
protect
they would.
Deuce at all costs, baby.
Also, I don't want to see Deuce go. I don't think you have to give up Deuce to get Dante DiVincenzo. I think it's Mitch because the money, the finances work too well. It's Mitch.
I mean, does Devo want to come back to the Knicks? Didn't he want out?
That turned out to be a fake story. And either way, he's on the bench now with the Timberwolves. So it's
So how do we know? How do we know that that was a fake story?
Ian
Fake
Begley kind
news.
of started to refute it after he reported it. Actually, I don't know if Ian Begley reported it, so I want to be quick about that and not put something on
man.
Begley. He's an awesome guy. But no, Begley reported that that's not true, and or that at the very least he guaranteed that DiVincenzo was very excited for the Knicks season after coming off that. And even playing a sixth-man role, like, yeah, you're going to get less minutes, but he's going to get a bigger role in the same time. Like, he'll get to do more on offense. He's not just a catch-and-shoot guy. That had to excite him. Like, I mean, DiVincenzo, no matter what, like, he's such a competitor. He's definitely thinking, like, he's like, I love that I'm playing with the Knicks and I love my role, but at the same time, I know I can be more than just a catch-and-shoot guy if they need me to be. And then he showed it in Game 7 against the Pacers when he put up a nice 70 points, a nice 40 points. So,
Yeah.
You know when DiVincenzo put up 70 points?
Oh my God! What a night! What a night! What a
And then he's
night!
lost anyway. No.
DiVincenzo, he's gained my respect, bro, because when he came into the league, I think Milwaukee was his first team.
Yes.
Once he came into the league, I was like, yo, this guy doesn't really do anything for me. And then you saw his progression. And then the season before he came to the Knicks, he was with the Warriors. I was a super respect for DiVincenzo for really adding stuff to his game. Hate to see him leave, obviously. If he comes back, we welcome him with open arms, but we'll see what
also,
happens.
DiVincenzo, just to the official playback, who's been here the entire time. Shout out the official playback for honestly giving really funny comments and also staying with us through all this. Really appreciate that. Charlie Nix isn't here, and I kind of want to make him a moderator, but I can't do that to Charlie. He's the goat.
Can you not have multiple moderators?
I'm not sure. I don't want Charlie to come back in and think his
You
job
don't-
has been stolen.
You don't want to unmoderate Charlie Nix? That would
I
be
don't want to
awkward.
accidentally unmoderate our. Wait, repeat that.
I said that would be awkward if you accidentally
Yeah, I feel terrible.
unmoderated
I'm
Charlie
like, nah,
Nix.
Charlie's my guy. Like, I can't make him not the moderator. But like, as the official playback said, Dante DiVincenzo. Of course, the official playback. You're literally our big commenter right now because we took off on random tangents about football, our NBA comparisons.
Well, so the official payback did have a random football comment as well. He said Aaron Rodgers' best comparison is Rondo.
He said a few names, and they kept getting a little more comedic, is my guess. But he did say DDV doesn't play defense, isn't Dante DiVincenzo. And DiVincenzo in the fourth quarter, his opponent field goal percentage has been very low this year, so he actually is playing very good defense with the Timberwolves. It's the one thing that's held up. Like, yes, his defense. Honestly, his defense has been better on the Timberwolves against the Knicks or on the Knicks. Sometimes it was a little suspect for sure, though he's a good defender for sure. I think DiVincenzo in a smaller role on the Knicks also, where he's not having to do more on offense than last season, or not even have to be last year's offensive player. I think his defense would step up. I think DiVincenzo would be the best sixth man in the league if the Knicks are able to get him back. And there's a lot of thought the Knicks can absolutely get back Dante DiVincenzo. Stephen Bondi did say he expects DiVincenzo to be in a Knicks jersey before this contract is over. I made an entire video on that. You guys should definitely check it out. It's a fun one. And I'm not just talking to Matt and Dariel. I'm talking to the 60 viewers there, if you guys like it.
The Knicks Digest World. Chris is talking to the Knicks Digest World.
And Dariel, he got it out. Third time's the charm.
Facts. Tongue twister, kind of.
Matt, are we playing Call of Duty later? What's the word?
I mean, yes, because there is a he who shall not be named, a small Italian gentleman, fully grown. He's fully grown, but he's short. Wants to play with us, so. But it's got to be after. There's a college football playoff game starting at 8:00, so that's going to like 10:30, and then I gotta be in bed by like probably 12 or 11:45 because I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Dude,
just don't sleep.
Because your mom is gonna punish you if you don't go to sleep at 11:45 or 12.
No, I am going to the Penn State playoff game tomorrow. So I got to drive 4.5 hours at like 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Invite, bro.
Where is Penn State?
Pennsylvania.
It is in Pennsylvania? Okay.
Penn State, dude. Where
you might have been able to guess by the name.
I don't know, man. Sometimes these colleges, like, I'm trying to think of one right now, but I can't. But whatever. Next question.
Yeah, all these colleges, there's like the whole one of them in Penn State. I imagine
all these colleges. I can't think of one right now.
I can't think of one college.
No,
Dariel,
you were saying
went
you couldn't
to
think
college.
No, Dariel, you were saying you couldn't think of a college. There are some colleges that their name is not where they are.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
It's like the Kansas City Chiefs are in Missouri.
Well,
not
yeah,
Kansas.
Kansas City is in Missouri. It's not the Chiefs' fault.
I mean, I blame the Chiefs. Chiefs are bad at everything. So
They are. They just suck so bad.
Dude, after week 1, the guy Isaiah Likely, the guy whose foot was out of bounds, he told the Chiefs, "Good luck in the playoffs." And people were saying, "Bro, telling the back-to-back Super Bowl champions good luck in the playoffs is insane."
Wait, what's up? Sorry.
I'm looking for a college. Just letting you guys know.
Looking for a college. You want me to name a
Chris,
few?
is that your PS5?
Creighton.
name?
Yeah.
Creighton University is in Nebraska. Would you guys have ever thought of that?
Yeah,
I would have never. I never would have guessed Nebraska. Creighton.
because of Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Yo, guys.
I don't even know who that is.
What,
Can
guys,
you guess
do
where
you
the
think
University
guys,
of Nebraska
Where do you
is?
guys think the Arkansas Razorbacks play? Nevada?
Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Oh,
All I know is that Dougie McDermott is the best Creighton player of all time.
he is. He absolutely
Until
is.
Ryan Kalkbrenner,
Who is
Dario,
that?
where do you think UPenn is?
6'10" right now.
6'10", what, freshman?
No, he's a junior or senior, center.
6'10", junior center. All right, I'll hop on
Best
YouTube
player,
right after
best
this.
player on the team right now. Yeah, definitely tap in.
All right.
I mean, you'll see him
Chris,
in March Madness. What?
Chris, what was the question?
Where do you think UPenn is?
Pennsylvania. That's different. That's UPenn. Penn State. Penn State. I should have got it. Yes, Penn State. I should have. Penn State. I get it. I definitely should have got that. But I'm just saying. There's some colleges out there with their name. I'm just like, I wouldn't. Still doesn't mean that they're gonna be an obvious Marquette. Marquette. Would you ever think?
No, wait. Marquette is in Wisconsin.
Exactly.
Wisconsin, yeah.
Wisconsin.
Milwaukee,
Two of my
Wisconsin.
best friends on the planet went to Marquette.
Would you think that Marquette is in Wisconsin?
same time.
No.
Well, I just said it.
FOMO,
I
like
just said it
crazy.
was.
Before you said it, Matt.
Well,
Yes,
before you said it.
I knew
before I
that.
said
Two of the
something that I
homies
knew,
went to
did I know
Marquette.
that? Yes.
Oh
I was
my
over
God.
14. Manhattan College is I guess Manhattan College is in upstate New York. The official playback is right. That's the one.
Manhattan
conversation.
College?
It's just a four-way conversation
What?
right now between us and Mr. Playback or
No,
the
but-
official playback.
Is it Manhattan University? Is that the green one in the city?
No, it's Manhattan College. There's a few
There's two
different
campuses.
college.
There's
There's a Fashion Institute of Technology that I live right nearby. I probably shouldn't say that online.
Yikes.
Too late now.
Barnard is in the city.
Oh no, I'm thinking about
Bernard.
Pace.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry. Columbia.
Pace University. Would you think that was in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but you guys are from New York, so it's different.
Yeah.
Yo, give us
just
a
saying.
yo, Dariel. Do you know where Baylor is?
Oh, that's a good one. It's in Texas, right? Somewhere?
It is in Texas. It is in Texas.
Okay.
Dude, I was so confused. I was like, no.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, it's a little hard though because like UPenn and Penn State, the
Guys,
names.
how about do you guys know?
Dude,
where
the name of the
Locations
state's
in
in the
there.
name of the college.
I
though.
know, man. I'm trying to get a good equivalent, but I'm just striking out right here. Anyway,
Do you guys know where Sacred Heart University is?
Mars.
upstate.
Yeah. Nah, it's in Connecticut. Dude, I went there. I went there to Sacred Heart University. Dude, I had the strangest roommate of all time. Like Dario. Like I mean, this guy was just downright absurd. Like
Wait,
the amount-
wasn't it Matt?
Yeah.
It was Matt. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was just like, this guy's so weird, dude. He's like literally on the screen.
I was like, wait, didn't you guys go to college together?
Yeah, no, he's just making a joke.
Yeah. I did have an interesting roommate in freshman year though. That was not Matt.
You guys were roommates for 3 years?
Yeah, sophomore through senior year.
Cute. That's adorable.
Yeah, we would hold hands and everything.
Now we just got
Oh,
weird.
so we got any comments here? Oh, it's just official
The
playback
official
now.
playback. It's a four-man show right now. With the
So it's
official
not the
playback.
official playback. It's payback, Chris. There's no L in his name.
I have dyslexia apparently.
Chris, is Angsty Tank your PS5 name?
Yeah, dude. That's me.
Warzone or Black Ops 6? Yeah, we're playing multiplayer Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
Only
I told
join our
Payback in
lobby.
case he wants to come
Only
and play.
join our lobby if your KD is really low, because we're trying to
I went 6
we're
and
trying to get some
45 the other day. I don't know what you're talking about.
we're
dude.
trying to
I'm
get
nice.
some really we want to lower the overall, like, the skill based matchmaking matches you up with players who are as good as you are. So we want bad players.
Used to model clothes at a club around the corner. Payback. What club? We're about to end this thing also. But now I need
Oh
to
yeah,
know
I was
what
gonna
club.
say.
Also,
Yeah,
payback. I
yeah.
want to see payback. I want to see your NBA IQ. Give me your top 5 NBA players. I want to see where your head's at.
Today,
Top 5 NBA
yeah.
players, currently.
Once payback gives us that, we're gonna turn this thing off because I've drank in 3 White Claws and, well, I really need to pee.
Take one for the team, baby.
Dariel, where's St.
Piss
John's?
my pants for the team.
The Johnnies,
Yeah.
OT.
Queens
Payback.
gets
All
the money, baby. Let's go. Queens, love you. Shout out.
Chris, are you gonna add him on PlayStation?
Absolutely.
Where's
dude.
UConn?
Why not?
UConn.
It's a joke. Relax.
Okay, all right. I mean, hey, after the Penn State debacle, like I can't trust anything.
That was just a bad moment, bro. That was just a bad moment.
It happens. It happens.
It does happen to the best of us.
Dude, Matt, remember that time when we just like walked around Yale's campus? And I
Oh,
I
yes,
originated
yes,
in
yes, I do.
bushes and yelled
Nope,
at everybody.
I did not do that. FBI watching my computer. I did not do that.
Neither did I. That was completely allegedly. And all the jokes.
Completely alleged. Something that he brought up himself.
Yeah, no, it's allegedly because I was obviously joking. That didn't happen. But yeah, this has been fun. But we are gonna top 5. All right, he got it. Jalen Brunson obviously first, and of course Kat, and Anthony Edwards and Luka. He's correct. That counts.
So isn't that 4 though?
Yeah, that's 4.
That is 4. Dude, because the other one's obviously Pacome.ea, dude. He's the best.
No,
player in
no,
the league.
no, all right, no. All jokes aside, it's Jericho Sims.
Swish City definitely just jumped in here and asked who are the Knicks getting. I mean, I think it's going to be Nick Richards, in all fairness. I really do think Nick Richards is going to end up as a Knick. Let's close this out by actually talking about the thing that we talk about, or we're supposed to talk about. And one more, Steph Curry. You know what? I'll give it to him. But
Payback. I'm disappointed, bro. That's all I
I
have
just
to
like
say.
Payback. Like, that's the homie. So, like,
I'm
but look,
disappointed, Payback.
I would imagine if the Knicks make a trade this season, which I fully expect them to, I think it actually will be Precious Achiuwa for Nick Richards. Like, I fully expect that to be the trade the Knicks make. The Knicks want to move Precious because they're not going to just re-sign him in the offseason, so it makes more sense just to trade him and get something back for him. The Knicks want Mitchell Robinson insurance in case he doesn't come back at 100% and just doesn't look like the same player, or if he comes back and gets injured again. The Knicks want another true center who they know is battle-tested, so they're going to go for a guy like a Nick Richards who they know can handle himself. If they do that, that would make a ton of sense for the New York Knicks to go out there, acquire a guy like Nick Richards, great on offense, rolls off screens well, excellent shot blocker, clearly has another level to his defense that he can reach because his great athleticism. Offensive rebounds are really, really good. He has a great knack for finding the ball. I think Nick Richards is the perfect guy to join the Knicks. Also, does not hurt that he's a New Yorker, grew up a Knicks fan. You know he'll give his all to the team. I think that's their guy, personally.
Yeah, no, that'll be dope. I like Nick Richards. I like his game.
Well, Matt and Dariel just gave very energized responses to that. So
No, because I was gonna counter with something completely ridiculous. I was gonna say something like, "Oh, I think we're gonna trade for Zion," but that's actually a little bit too realistic right now. So I'm not gonna say that.
Realistic? What do you mean realistic?
Well, because Zion's apparently on the trade block now.
well, he
So-
is, but like that's
No,
But
I understand the Knicks have zero interest in him, but
that literally sounds like a Clippers move.
Larry
Clippers
Nance.
are going
Yeah.
to make the move
Yeah,
for Zion.
it does sound like a Clippers move. You're right. Larry Nance does play with passion, as Payback said. And look, I'd be more interested in the Larry Nance dealing if it wasn't going to have to include Mitch to make the finances work. That's the real problem there. Because, yeah, you could probably make it work if you throw a few players together, but the Knicks only have so much money to go into to sign and get a 15-man rotation. They only have 14 right now, and they don't have any money left over. They're going to have to waive Matt Ryan, who's not on a guaranteed contract, to sign Landry Shamet.
oh no, we're gonna have to waive Matt Ryan.
I know. Our goat Matt
Whoa,
Ryan
no.
has to go.
Facts, right?
He's
Get him
not-
out of here, bro. Come on, man.
But
Dariel,
Dariel,
we-
New York sounding, get him out of here.
I was gonna say we need to. Dariel needs to be hired by the Knicks to just tell people that they've been cut by the team, traded.
Dariel,
Yo,
it's
out
like
of
in
your locker.
Moneyball when Jonah Hill learns how to tell people how that they've been traded or something. It's like that's what Dariel just shows up for. He just tells you like, yeah, you've been traded to the Clippers. Really? Why? I thought my production was good. Jericho, your production was terrible, and we think you're
I'm keeping it real, baby.
garbage.
I'm keeping it real.
We traded you to the Hornets because I cannot see you catch a ball. It's terrible. That would be funny
Exactly.
if you showed up for that. By the way, Dariel's words, not mine.
Listen, I keep it real. They need some of that New York energy. I'm gonna keep it real, keep it funky. Walk into walk into the meetings, and I tell Coach Tibbs, you need to be able to give your players confidence and not take it away.
I mean, yeah. But I think some people gain confidence through tips. I think it just shows who's made to be coached by a hard-nosed guy like that and who isn't. And
Actually,
I'm not
Coach
saying
Tibbs'
that you have
problem,
to be
I would
able to
tell
be,
him,
but-
I would tell Coach Tibbs to stop playing players 48 minutes in December. That'll be the first thing I'll tell Coach
Everyone
Straight to his
agrees
face.
with you.
Tell
Wait,
straight to his
Dariel, what
face.
is it to
Word?
get the balloons? The peace signs, right? Because we're on Zoom right now. I'm trying to get some balloons up in here.
I think it's a thumbs up. Oh, actually, no.
No, the
you might
thumbs
be
up is
peace
going to
sign.
give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, I think
heart
it is a
does
peace
something,
sign.
right? This is my favorite
heart-
happy hour. There it is. Leave some likes down below, guys, if you guys have enjoyed this absolutely on-topic stream, as always. We always stay on topic, but look, I will say I think Nick Richards brings the perfect energy to the team. To close this out and actually talk with the Knicks a little bit more, first of all, if you're watching this after the stream ended, like if you went back and watched this and stuck through it, you are the best. But look, to end it out and talk about the Knicks for a few seconds, I think Nick Richards brings everything the Knicks need. I think he solves basically every problem outside of what someone commented earlier, that the Knicks could use a forward who could score the ball. They could use that. It's going to be tough to find. They could stagger their rotation in order to kind of solve that problem. I imagine that's what they'll do. But Nick Richards solves the bulk of their problems. I appreciate it, iRise. You know you're one of my favorite viewers on the channel. We'll always be here
Rise. Shout out.
every Friday, except for probably next Friday, because it's going to be 2 days after Christmas, so I do not know. Well, maybe if one of you wants to do it, but I'm probably not going to be here next Friday. I have some holiday stuff to get up to, but we'll definitely be back the following one. Every Friday, come, crack open a drink, or 3 like I did. Or don't. Just come and hang out and talk about sports with us. It's always fun. We love hearing the comments.
That's what I feel like happy hour should be. It should be like, yeah, obviously we focus on the Knicks to begin, but then I also feel like we should talk about the league as a whole, because obviously we just focus on the Knicks, but there's a lot of stuff going on around the league. Talk about like contenders and teams that are just like failing.
I
Like
imagine I've told you this. Obviously, you weren't on the first, 4, I think, episodes of Happy Hour. But, when Matt and I started doing this, it's essentially, the way that I've described it is it's bar talk. It's like you're sitting with someone in a bar talking about the Knicks. You're sitting in someone with a bar talking about basketball. It's that. It's just that, casual vibe of, we're talking about sports. We all know what we're talking about. It's a fun time. That was really the goal when we came into this.
bad.
Bro, if y'all do a Knicks happy hour, it would be litty. I hope you guys go live on Christmas Day. I do not think I'll be in my apartment on Christmas Day. I usually am not. I'm usually with family. If I'm around, I know I can go live.
Yeah, watch party, Christmas watch party. Can you imagine how that would be sick?
I might be
But
able to pull it off.
my family would be mad at me. That would be sick.
Yeah, my family would not be thrilled.
That would be
able to pull
so
that
sick
off.
though. 12 p.m. on Christmas morning. Run that.
My family has a party on Christmas Eve, so I'll wake up.
Sick
hungover
invite.
and
Thanks,
ready to
Chris.
go.
Thought we were boys.
Oh, this is an
Dude,
interesting
come on
cultural
Christmas
question.
Eve. Come to my grandma's.
This is an interesting cultural question. When do you guys celebrate Christmas? Christmas Eve or Christmas?
Both.
Oh,
Both. Wait, Chris and Matt, you guys both said both?
Look at that.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, Latinos, we celebrate on Christmas
Otherwise.
Eve.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to my family
Put your
if you guys
face on the camera.
if you guys are watching this. But yeah, Latinos, we celebrate Christmas Eve.
I can't see it in the camera.
I'm
This is
watching the
just-
Zoom. I'm not watching the stream.
Oh,
So
true.
I'm
Okay.
I'm
Well,
struggling
you're doing
right
your
now.
best then.
I
Look,
really
guys, trying to get everybody put out. Yeah, we'll try to run one. I celebrate it at tax time. That's a good one, especially since your name is Payback. But yeah, we're gonna check out because it's 7:30. Happy hour. Well, every Friday, come out. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about sports. Let's make fun of apparently me and Dariel's appearances. Also, Matt, he did say something about you. He said you're
I
checking
know.
your phone.
It was kind of weak though. It was kind of
Yeah,
weak.
it wasn't as good, dude.
It
Mine was
felt kind of
great,
it felt
dude.
forced. Also,
Mine-
it doesn't make
mine
any
was the
sense
best
because I'm
one.
23, so it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, but no, mine was great. Imagine I just pulled the green screen away. It's just
Oh my
It's just
goodness.
white nationalist
Oh my
propaganda.
goodness. That was phenomenal. Dariel's. I thought Dariel's was a little bit mean. Like I thought that one was too far.
That one was like,
Like,
That's all right, man.
you don't really hate comments.
Sticks,
do not
sticks
get
and
to
stones, baby.
They
No,
they
sticks and
get to
stones,
me
baby.
more than they get to you. Like hate. Once in a while, I'll see a hate comment on like Knicks Digest. Like, damn, it got me.
That's a great topic we could dive into another day. The
that
internet
is a great
not
topic. That's a
real,
great topic.
bro.
We
Internet
are
is
gonna,
not real, bro.
Just off this,
How are you
we're gonna
getting
do a happy
cyberbullied?
hour.
Turn your
We'll look
computer
at Jets
off.
and Knicks Digest, and I'm just gonna scroll through the blocked out comments and just we're just gonna respond to hate online because
You said live?
yeah,
That would be sick.
I think that's what we're doing next happy hour. So you guys might want to grab a drink for that one. Dariel, screw the haters. Facts. Who gives a shit? Yeah, I don't have white nationalist propaganda behind me. Obviously.
Chris,
Maybe you have to
Chris.
talk
So
to,
tomorrow at Penn State is the whiteout, and me and my brother are wearing this. Wait, step over here.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's James.
It's gonna be amazing.
I did not expect to see James at all, especially in that outfit.
Looking like Walter White, bro.
Dude, yeah. That's what it is. That's pretty much what it
Long
is.
out there. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed. Yeah, they just saw James step in. That's pretty great. Did you text him and come tell him to do that?
No, he just so I'm in
spawned
like my
in.
living room. The doors are closed, so it's quieter for me in here. You know, stop the sound. He walks past the door and just stands out front wearing that. That's like I motioned him in. I'm like, this would be so funny.
Very
Just
nice.
stand in front of the camera.
But yeah. Look, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications as usual. Just realized I brought the comments up while we're still streaming. My bad. Guys, as always, see you in the next one. Have a great